You know what I've discovered? You could spend all day fixing your studio and setting it up and trying to light it properly and never get anywhere. All right, let's just begin. You know, I've been tweaking the lights and tweaking my hair and fixing this and fixing that, and sometimes you just have to start. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's jump in. Hi everybody and welcome back. Well, you are so very welcome, all of you, back here again today, and I love having you back. And today we're going to have a bit of fun. So please don't anybody, if I mention a bag that you may have, don't take offence. It's a bit of fun. Take it with a pinch of salt. We like to have a bit of crack here on this channel, as you know. And last Sunday I talked about the 10 very best Louis Vuitton bags that you should have in your collection. In my opinion, in my very humble opinion, of course. And today we're going to talk about the 10 Louis Vuitton bags that you should never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, ever buy. Ever. Full stop. Now, let's move on. As I said, don't take offense. These are my opinions. We are all multicultural, multicolour, flavoury people. How many more words can I get in here? And we all have different tastes, and that's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us special, and that's what makes us eclectic, an eclectic mix. That's what we are here on the Connolly colony. And let's begin. So before we do all that, as you know, I'm going to talk about my fragrance of the day. And my fragrance of the day today, I wanted to have a bit of fun. I was feeling frivolous and fun and young. Feeling young, that's all I'm going to do these days is feel young, because I'm certainly not getting any younger. And the perfume or fragrance of the day is none other than this little beauty here, which is Alien by Mugler. This is on the top notes, it's got jasmine, the sunny Indian jasmine, which I absolutely love. And in the middle it's woodsy, and then on the base notes she is warm and spicy and amber and just beautiful. She spreads an aura wherever she goes. Katie absolutely loves this perfume. So much so, she was robbing mine so much we got her own one. But every time I wear it, it reminds me of her. She's actually upstairs getting ready. I just love it. Really, really sexy, spicy, youthful, really nice. And actually my son just recently bought it for his girlfriend. Now, so there you go. It's quite a youthful fragrance if that's what you're into, but it is just divine. So without further ado, let's move on to the 10 juicy bags that you should never ever buy. At number 10, I'm going to go with, and yes, I know a few people who have this bag, and you know, I'm picking this bag not because I don't think it's not beautiful. It actually is a beautiful bag. It's none other than the LV Twist. Now, says you, Viv, why are you picking that bag? A lot of you absolutely love this bag. I've never liked it. First of all, and I've said this in my last video, I don't like epi leather. I just don't. It's too hard, stiff, structured. I do like structure in my bags, but this is just, there is no give in it whatsoever. But the main reason I would never buy this bag, and I would not recommend you to buy this bag, is the resale value is so bad. If you look up on any of the pre-loved websites, you will see that the resale value, it's halved. Like this bag is around €4,000. I'll stick the prices up on screen, and it's around 2,200 on the resale market, 2,600, obviously depending on the condition of the bag. Another reason I wouldn't buy this bag is because of the clasp. I'm not really into that LV twisty clasp. Now I do have a pair of boots with it on it, but I think it's different on a pair of boots, plus I can take it off if I feel like it. And the clasp scratches a lot. So there are two reasons I would never buy that bag. I know a few people have had it, don't really use it that much. I know Dale's Addiction had it. Hi Dale, how are you? Mwah! And she's such a lovely girl. Go and check out her channel. And she didn't use it. She was holding on to it for sentimental reasons, and she recently sold it. So for me, the reasons are, as I said, the resale value is so bad. It's not one of my favorite looking bags. And the LV Twist scratches an awful lot. So that is in at number 10. The reason it's at number 10, because we're going to go down all the way down to number 1. Now, number 2, and you might come at me for this one as well. Oh my God, I can see you. Viv. Anyway, my number 2 pick is anything in Damier Azur. And the reason I say that, and particularly one bag I would never buy in Damier Azur, is the Graceful. This bag here. And the reason I wouldn't buy anything Damier Azur, even though it's so beautiful, it's like the ocean, it's stunning, the colours in the bag, but it's light and it's got vachetta, and it is going to be an absolute nightmare to try and mind. I know people who've had the Graceful, and you carry the Graceful on your shoulder, obviously. The way the bag is cut and made, it literally catches you on your armpit. We all get a bit hot and sweaty underneath the armpits, don't we, ladies? And you know, like you're walking around, it's getting hot and sweaty, the sweat is going onto the bag. The Damier Azur, if you ask me, is for sunnier climates. So if you're in Australia or somewhere beautiful like that, maybe go ahead. But the only thing again is in the sunnier climates, which those bags are absolutely made for, in that they're bright and light coloured, gold with white beautifully and all the neutral colours. But the sweat, ladies, the sweat is going to mark your vachetta and it's going to mark your bag and then colour transfer. So for that reason, it's an absolute no for me, even though, as I said, Damier Azur is absolutely beautiful. So anybody that has it out there, listen, I do love it. They're the reasons I wouldn't buy that colour though, and that particular material and that particular design. Number 3 is, and I don't know if actually this bag, I think it's been discontinued, but you still can get it on the secondhand market, and it's this Bleeker Box. Like, come on, why would anybody buy that? I mean, it's novelty if you ask me. Yes, it's cute. Yes, it's beautiful. It'll sit on your dresser, and yes, it'll look absolutely gorgeous and divine, and it looks lovely in the red patent and the black patent, and it is a little cutie. It doesn't fit your iPhone 11, 12 Pro Max, whatever the hell may be. Who knows how big phones are going to get? You know, we could be walking around with bricks in our hands next. Who knows? So for that reason, I certainly wouldn't buy that Bleeker Box. I mean, there's no function in it. And you might say, come on, Viv, for a bit of crack, you don't need function in every bag. Well, if I'm going to pay, and I think that was up on 3,000 or 4,000 euro, I need a bit of function. I need a bit of practicality here. Spending my span duties. I need it to work. I need it to do something. Can't just sit there looking pretty, as I always say. Coming in at number 7, one collection I've never liked. I would never, ever recommend it unless you were 8, is the New Wave collection. Again, you know, I know there's people who are going to love this collection and say, look, Viv, I really love that. What's wrong with you? First of all, that collection, I find it hideous. I don't like it. I think it is a bit vulgar. I think, okay, it can be fun. It's colourful. It's this, it's that. I just don't like it. It reminds me a little bit of the Gucci Marmont, which, by the way, I did have a Gucci Marmont in the black. And I loved it, but I'm just over it. And the New Wave collection to me is a little bit similar to that. And all the different colours and rainbows and different things. And no, yeah, if you're 12, go ahead, buy it. It's lovely. But no, not for me, sorry. Just, I think it would date too much and too easily and too quickly. And I want something classic and timeless for that amount of money. Now coming in strong at number 6. And again, this one is going to be a shocker. And you're going to go, Viv, what is wrong with you? This is the bag I have looked at, and there was only one colour that ever caught my eye. The bag I'm talking about is none other than the Capucines. Yes, the Capucines. It is a stunning bag, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful looking. The only colour I've ever been tempted to get in that bag was I think it was called Galet. Was it Galet? It was like the beigey neutral colour. Really beautiful. The reason I would never buy this bag, the reason I have never pulled the trigger, and I did look at it and I did kind of research it when it came out and it was pushed so hard, but that is the very reason I wouldn't buy it now. It was pushed to death. Every blogger, every celebrity, everybody had that bag. And I just feel that Louis Vuitton were trying to make it an it bag, an iconic bag, because it was over the $5,000 mark. You know, was it their Birkin / Kelly bag that Hermes have, and then Chanel have their flat bag, and then I think Louis Vuitton were trying to have an it / iconic bag, and this was going to be it. So they've pushed it and pushed it and pushed it in social media. They have also, with their essays, I've heard, they are pushing their essays to sell that bag and make it into this iconic, just an it bag really, that everybody wants and covets and adores, like the Kelly and like the Birkin and like the flat bag. But I'm sorry, it just didn't work, LV. It just didn't. It's a beautiful bag, but for that price, you're probably going to go to Chanel or Hermes and not buy the Capucines. I mean, I know a few people here on the luxury community who have the bag, and she was gorgeous, and then a lot of people sold her. Apparently, the bag does not wear well. Also, I've heard that it can slouch. Obviously, the bigger size that you get, the smaller ones are not going to slouch as much, but the bigger the bag, the more prone to slouching that it will be. And as I said, it doesn't wear that well, and the resale value I don't think is that great either. It just didn't work. It's been around for 7 years, and as I said, they've tried to mold it into this high-end iconic bag that people just aren't really interested in. They're just not. Now, the next bag that I would not buy, and I wouldn't recommend you to either, in last Sundays, if you watched my video, I will link it up here. If you didn't, head over and watch it. And by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos for all the newbies that are here. Mwah! And to my OGs, love you guys so, so much. You're absolutely amazing. Anyway, getting on with it, right? So my number 5 is the Petite Malle Souple. In my other video of the 10 best, I did say that I love, and I think it is an amazing bag, the Petite Malle. I absolutely adore the bag. It's not very functional, but look, it's got the LV heritage written all over it. But the Petite Malle Souple, to me, it's like a knockoff. And I know that's, you know, a big statement. In that, any of the souple bags, like even the Petit Bois Chapeau Souple, no thank you. They're awkward, they sit funny. They're much, much nicer. The original structured bag are so, so much nicer than this soft Souple, in my opinion. And I just think, particularly that bag, the Petite Malle Souple, it's overpriced for what it is. And it's not the original, if you like, and it is just that younger brother, sister that, you know, it's just not it, you know, it really isn't. And as I said, for that kind of money, and it sits awkwardly, it doesn't sit well when you actually put it on. It's been returned an awful lot, I've heard from an essay as well. When people take it home, obviously you've got the hype and everything else and the impulse buying, and then they get it home and they're kind of like, no, this is not working for me. So for that reason, I would not buy that bag. Now, in the next little category, in at number 4, bags that I would not buy from Louis Vuitton, and this is for sure, bags with too much vachetta. Now, we all know that I have my little Pochette Matisse here in the background, which I adore. I have a twilly on so that she doesn't get ruined. She is, yes, it's the bag with the most vachetta in my collection, and I love the fact that the strap of the Pochette Matisse doesn't have vachetta. It's the monogram canvas. So, bags that I would not buy with so much vachetta. I remember, if you remember the Bosphora backpack, I put a picture up here, had lots of vachetta on it. Again, I think it's been discontinued, but it's still on the second-hand market. The Alma BB in monogram, stunning, love it. Would never buy it because of the vachetta on the base. I've seen them with water stains. You just put them down on the table. We've all knocked a glass of water, a glass of wine, a glass of beer over in our time, and your bag is ruined. So there's no way I would ever buy that bag. Another one I wouldn't buy would be the Speedy Bandoulier in the 25, 30, 35 with the vachetta strap, vachetta down the sides, vachetta everywhere. Oh my God, my nerves. And then the other bag I wouldn't buy would be the LV Crosette bag in the Damier Azur with the vachette. You've got a double blow there. So you've got Damier Azur and you've got the vachetta, and it's a walking nightmare. It's a disaster waiting to happen, if you ask me. A bomb waiting to explode. That's what that is. It's a stunning little cute little bag. But like, I mean, if you're only going to get 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 wears out of it, what's the point? There is no point. Now, in at number 3, my top 3 bags never to buy from Louis Vuitton, that I certainly won't be buying anyway. My top 3, in at number 3 is the Multi-Pochette Accessoires. Now, again, this bag was pushed to death on social media. Everybody had it, everybody went for it. I was looking at it at one point going, yes, that is a very cute bag, it's nice, yeah, it's lovely. I was kind of getting carried away with the whole trend and the hype and everything else. Thank God I came to my senses, because really at the end of the day, all it is a load of SLG stuck together with a little bit of a strap. That's it. The strap is nice, I have to say. It's different. And I think that's what sold that bag, because really at the end of the day, it is 3 SLGs put together. The bag lacks imagination. It is functional and utilitarian and all of the rest of it, but a lot of people I think that have it now have sold it on. And there's an awful lot of copies around as well, which I do not like in the LV kind of world as well. There's so much copies, but particularly of specific bags, and that is one of them. So for that reason, I would never buy that bag now, and I think it's kind of done now anyway, because it's like anything that burns quick and burns high and loud also dies down very quick, and that bag has, and it's kind of like next. But it was pushed on social media over and over and over again, and I'm just so over it, really. Now, the next bag I would never buy in number 2 is the Neverfull. And yes, I know it's functional and I know it's practical, and it is. It's all of the above. But it wears terribly because obviously it's been bashed around the place. And you might say, well, cost per wear, Viv, I get my cost per wear out of that bag. And I know a lot of people love that bag. And it is very functional and it is very practical. But the wear on the straps, particularly, the straps are very thin. And so it's also very uncomfortable. If it's heavy, it's digging into your shoulders. There are other bags out there that have thicker straps that are much more comfortable. It is everywhere. It has been, you know, knocked off everywhere. You know, people are walking down the street with it. You don't know whether it's real. You don't know whether it's fake. For that reason, I wouldn't buy that bag. I mean, it definitely is functional. Definitely is practical. And I will say, like that, like I know my sister used to own one. I don't know if she still has it, and she had babies, and you know, if you're in that stage of your life, absolutely it's practical and it's functional, and go for it. But they're my reasons for not buying it. And also the vachetta on the straps, they just get grubby and dirty and grimy and it looks awful. So I'll never buy that bag. Now, the last but not least bag that I will never buy, and I have spoke about this bag before, and I recommend you don't buy it either. It is a stunner. It is beautiful. If I could buy it and just leave it standing in my room and look at it, yeah, I'd possibly do that because I think it's beautiful, and that is rolling luggage, ladies and gents. Rolling luggage is as I said, alarm bells and alerts and neon signs for come and rob me now, quickly. I have lots of my stuff in my bag. I'm at the airport. Come on over here. Do you want to have a look inside? Because I'm carrying an LV bag now if you want to just rob everything inside it. And not only that, if you're asked to put it on board, if you're flying, it's going to get dinged, it's going to get kicked around, it's going to get thrown up on the what do you call it? Carousel. Yes, that was the word. So that is the reason I would never buy that bag, unless you're going to buy it to go traveling down the country in your car on a weekend trip, or you have a private plane where your bag handler is going to be very gentle with your precious baby. Then go ahead and buy it. Any other reason that, leave it in the shop, take a picture, bring it home, stick it up on your wall, have a look, enjoy it. Just don't ever buy it. They are my picks of the day, my lovelies. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed and had a bit of fun doing this video. As I said, I'm going to make this into a tag video because I think it's one that it'll be interesting to see what the girlios out there pick. And so today I am going to tag the beautiful Isabelle style, the stunning Cassie Thorpe, the amazing Dale's Addiction, and the very classy fabulous Irene. That's it for me. Till the next time. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Talk to me in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe and the notifications bell. It helps us out big time. We're working bloody hard here. Until next time, be kind, be safe, be compassionate. Love you lots.